What's up, you guys? Got a little update on the truck. I got the frame rails in the last video. The cab is basically sitting where it's going to be sitting on the cab. The cab's sitting basically where it's going to sit on the frame. So today what I'm going to do is basically these box sections right here I'm going to cut off and then plate to the frame so that way they don't look all wonky. And same thing with the fronts. I'm gonna get in there and clean up there. I might just, cut there and then cut down and then on both sides, and it might keep that mount, or I might remake it just so that way it looks better. But it does line up with the cab mounts perfect on both sides. But haven't decided what I'm going to do, so cab is sitting level and fine. Cut those bad boys off. We'll get to it. I got those boxes cut out. I'm gonna box them in. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today. I might wait until I get my plasma cutter back so I can get my CNC plasma cutter table going, so that way I can cut something nice out and maybe do it longer so that way it can kind of flow into this rail. I don't know yet. If it takes too long for them to mail me back my cutter, I might just cut something by hand. Whatever the case is, it still turn out nice. But anyways, now I'm going to focus on cutting out the front boxes, or cutting, trying to trim it up nice so that way I can still reuse the front mount. If I end up not liking it, I'll just cut the whole thing off and start from scratch. Also, another good reason for keeping your old cutoff wheels other than shims is they make good radius gauges, so when you want to cut an arc, you just dig through your drawer of these. Put it on there. If I like this radius, I'll know what radius is, and especially if I'm doing it, take a caliper and tape measure and figure out what the radius is. I got myself radius gauges. That's something that's from trash. Look at them forward welds. That factory forward weld. That Crown Vic chassis went on a Jenny Craig diet. Probably my least favorite thing about the whole fabricating thing is the death wheel, the fear of it breaking off. Second, getting hit with sparks. Man, they sure cook you. And lastly, is laying in some weird positions to get stuff cut. You know, yes, I have a lift right here, but one, the bodies aren't around. Two, I can't really put the chassis on the lift until I make the cross member for the tranny. And it probably, you know, without more bracing, which I'm not done yet with, I probably wouldn't feel 100% putting it back on the lift without doing that. Even though it's pretty good right now, I'll probably be fine, but you know, it's better to err on the side of caution versus find out later. I got both those sides cut and the back's cut. The next thing I'm about to do is probably maybe just clean up my cuts and prep them. You know, grind back all the Ford factory primer. Get them prepped so when I do go to cut plates in, I've got space on it. Got everything cleaned up, all the edges nice, and then got all the paint smoothed off so that way when I do go weld whatever I'm going to weld in, the box plates, you know, I don't have to deal with prepping it then. I guess the next thing I should try to tackle is probably making a transmission cross member. I really kind of wanted to make something new from scratch, but I don't know if that's really necessary. I might, you know, try to repurpose the original one and change up the mounting. The way they had it before, here's the mount on the frame, and then the cross member went over the top of the mount. So if you were to ever want to pull the transmission mount downwards from the bottom of the frame, you know, it wouldn't be possible. You'd have to, I mean, it would be possible. You'd have to undo the transmission mount and those two mounts inside, and then slide it back, which I guess could work too, but I think it'd be better if it bolted from the bottom up, so that way you could just drop it. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the old mounts off, and instead of welding it where the mount, the frame went like this, and the mount set on top of it, I might flip it around so the way the mount comes up this way and bolts up through this way instead of it setting on top. So I'm going to do that, cut those off right there, and then I'll bolt it to the member and then figure out what my total length is, so that way I can cut it and then re-weld it. So I guess we're gonna go that route. Boy, Ford sure did a piss poor job of welding these. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, I guess I didn't realize that the camera had turned off, so messed everything I was doing. So right now I am putting in the transmission cross member. I had to shorten the original one, so I did that. That's what didn't record. And then right now I'm going to finish all these gears the whole Alright, that's the box section for the frame rail bent up. Once I get it tack welded on there, I'll give these bends a little bit more bend on them with a little hammer once they're heated. Alright, cool. Let's see how it fits. Alright, it looks like it's going to fit pretty decent. I'm going to go grab the flap disc, clean off all the throw a couple times in there, and she's all tacked in. I'm gonna burn her in now, and then once I'm done with that, I'll do the other side. I'll save you the pain of watching. It's literally just as simple as that comes in here too. Alright, let's burn her in. Alright, she's all locked in. Definitely made this corner a lot stronger after I removed all this stuff. So that's good. I'm going to do the other side. And then once I have the other side in and then I box in the backs, then I'll be able to put it on the lift, and then I'll be able to go across the bottom, do all the bottom welds. Anyways, I'm gonna knock that side out, and then I don't know what I'm gonna work on next. What's the next part gonna be? But anyways, until next time.